Now to get started, like always, we've laid out everything we need in the right configuration so we don't get lost. But you can see something's a little different. You have nuts on both sides and adapter keys on both sides. That's because this customer needs a nut on both ends. So what we've had to actually do is modify the one side so it actually takes a nut instead of a thread. And then that way we can actually put them together properly, get them to work together. And then what we'll end up doing is having tips on both ends, which is why we have the adapter keys. And then that way they can hook it in line into whatever they're trying to do with it. So let's get started. So this customer needs these in a 2000 configuration, which means 1 rotation in and 2 rotations out. Now this will be a little ambiguous with 2 nuts on it, but we'll make sure to mark them as we go along. So the gears for a 2000 ratio you will need a 16, a 12A, an 18A, and a 12. And because this is in a 187 configuration for in and out, we have our 187 and 172 adapter keys. So now that we have everything on the table, let's get all these gears set on the shafts. Now that we have all of our gears mounted, let's go ahead and grease them and set them into the housings. Now, like I said in one of my earlier videos, this is a high temperature gear grease, and that just lets us give the right kind of protection we need on them for all the future use they're going to get, and that way we don't have any kind of problems in the future. Now remember, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you're seating them in the right configuration. Otherwise, the gears will not mesh, they will not bind properly, and you're going to have to take these all apart and redo them possibly. And that's just something you don't want to do. Again, for the central gear, make sure everything's covered nice and liberally. And there we have it. Now it's time to put them together and dry run them just to make sure they're all working fine. Now what we're going to do now is run them dry just to make sure they feel nice and smooth. And it feels nice and smooth, so let's test the other one. And this one feels nice and smooth as well. So let's get the gaskets in these and get them stamped and ready to go. Get the paper on. Sandwich it right in. Make sure the gears line up. And now this one is ready for screws. Now we'll get these screwed together. Give them another test turn just to make sure they're feeling good. And they all feel great. Now let's get these stamped and a little indicator showing which ratio goes where, and these will be good to go. So I wasn't able to end up using the vise to do the engravings. I had to use a little hand engraving etcher tool. And as you can see, I got the ratio on there, an arrow for direction, so those should be all good to go. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. And until next week with our new video. Thanks for watching.